good afternoon, good evening, anytime you get to watch it. This is Demons Media. Let's have this quick conversation. This is going to be very short, straight up to the point. I'm not going to waste time. Not long ago, we heard President Donald Trump make certain statements which obviously ruffle certain feathers in certain quarters. And question here was, does he have the right to make such statement? Though this is it. Let's go straight. He said if Nigeria does not put its home into order, i.e. by means of dealing with this whole insurgency or dealing with this religious intolerance, as he puts it, then America is going to have to come in to do the needful. And we all know if America is to come in, America is going to come in gun blazing. That is one thing they're very good at. If you think I'm the one making it up, let's watch this video.
In his latest proclamation on social media, the US president has threatened to take military action inside West Africa. Donald Trump has escalated his language towards the Nigerian government, accusing it of failing to protect Christians from increasing violence. If it doesn't move fast, he says, America could go in guns blazing.
Welcome back. Now, the point here is, if you look at what is happening and we are to look into it by means of digesting it and dissecting it and doing whatever it is that we need to do, it's going to sound something else, because I cannot really understand it. When I think about it, it's 50-50. The reason I'm saying 50-50, somewhat, I kind of agree with President Trump, because obviously if, and please listen, if truly that is what is happening, if it's religious intolerance and the government hasn't got the security muscle to handle it, then it's only okay for a nation that has the muscle to come in to help. I mean, this is help. If that was it, I don't think that would be a big deal, in as much as it questions that country's sovereignty and integrity. Yeah, still, it gets to a point when you can't really do certain things if the only person that can do it is kind of your enemy. Sometimes you just need to, swallow your pride, eat the humble pie, and just allow things be for security and for your people's sake. But then when you look at it as it's being presented, right, it looks fantastic on paper. But then I have something else to think about. I have a couple of things. Let's do this. Let's do this together. Stay with me. Let's do this together. In May 2018, the then president, God rest his soul, Buhari, went to America with some of his entourage, which included the current president, His Excellency Tinubu. Went to America to have a conversation with the then president, who happens to be the same president who is threatening Nigeria right now, President Donald Trump, to speak about how America could come in to help with the security issues that Nigeria was facing then, which certain promises were made. Whether they were fulfilled, I do not know. I'm yet to know. That happened in May 2018. Fast forward, since 2018, look at it. Just stay with me. Let's do this analysis together. But since 2018, I don't think situation had well and truly improved, in as much as politicians come in and they tell us that which we want to hear. Fast forward, about a year ago, it came into light that US Senate dropped a bomb about the fact that USA is indirectly funding Boko Haram. If you don't believe me, let's watch this.
If you're wondering who's in charge of Afghanistan getting the money, and that money I just mentioned, the $697 million is on top of, and is in addition to the weekly to every 10-day shipments in cash of $40 to $80 million. Afghanistan is ruled by folks named Seyroudin Haqqani. The Haqqani network mean anything to anybody in the room? How about Abdullah bin Laden? Who gets some of that money? Does that name ring a bell to anybody in the room? Because your money, $697 million annually, plus the shipments of cash, funds madrasas, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, ISIS-Khorasan, terrorist training camps. That's what it's funding.
Welcome back. So as a senator said, this is what U.S. aid is doing. U.S. aid is not what we think it is. Because at the end of the day, if they are using the money to fund, then that is to say that America creates the problem. America has the solution. So now America can say, I have a solution to your problem. Give me this, and then I'll resolve your issues for you. That is what I think if you look at the video. Because if US aid is doing this, which is funds coming from taxpayers from America, and they are using it to fund such organizations, that is one major problem that the nation has. And now you have to say, if you don't do something about it, I'm going to come in to do this. And then once again, fast forward again. Not long ago, His Excellency President Trump wanted Nigeria to have some deportees from Venezuela, which Nigeria said, listen, we have so many people over here, we can't even take care of ourselves, we can't take more. Irrespective of what this whole thing comes up with, we can't take more. Which I think ruffles certain feathers in America. The President of America was not well and truly happy. Could it be the reason why he's now beginning to think about, that which he proposed? But then we can also say that, okay, he has not done anything when he was in power, his first term. He couldn't do anything. So in his second term, he's now looking to do something about what it is that he's supposed to have done some long time ago. After looking at all these things, I was beginning to look at it like, But then I sat down and another thing just dropped in. Not long ago, Deputy Secretary for Energy in the U.S. made a bold statement, frank statement. Their oil reserve is depleted. Not depleting, it is depleted, and they have to replenish. These were his words. Watch the video. I'm not the one saying it. Just watch the video.
The Strategic Petroleum Reserve has been depleted, and it is part of our job going forward to try to replenish it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were quite a lot of sales in the past. Yeah.
Speaking of policy.
Yes. Speaking of policies from previous eras, there quite a bit of it was depleted.
And how concerning is that to the administration?
I think it's a concern. I mean, this is something that the president was pretty clear he wanted to see replenished.
Yeah.
Right. The SPR is one of the important tools we have strategically in the United States, and having it available when necessary is a critical element of policy.
If U.S. oil reserve is depleted and is the president's aim or his will, or he's willing to do whatever it is that he can do to replenish. You and I know Nigeria is amongst the countries in the world that produces large quantity of oil, right? If Nigeria has a bunch of oil, so much, that is one. 2, Nigeria went to America in 2018 to suffer help. That did not happen. It did not materialize. 3, almost a year ago, a senator in one of their Senate's reviews that they do, it came into light that America, through US aid, is sponsoring these groups that are committing havoc in countries when it comes to security. They are sponsoring it. And now you're coming up to say, if you don't do anything about it, I'm going to come in to do something about it. Sir, are you coming in because of oil? Let's have a conversation. Or you are really coming in to help deal with the situation? And if you're really coming in to help deal with the situation, why now? Why now that your reserves happens to be depleted? And you and I know that your economy, due to your tariffs and stuff, isn't doing fantastic as you're making the whole thing look like it is doing. That isn't what is happening. So to really go out there in a very clean business to buy the oil as it's supposed to be bought, you are not in a financial state possibly to do that, or you just don't want to do that because why pay for it if I can bully my way through to get what I want? Why would I pay for it? Just go over there and, unalive few people to, settle the situation, because after all, I am the one, this country is the one that is sponsoring these people to cause or commit havoc. So we can equally go in there, do one or two things and pull the plug, or in the name of we have dealt with the situation. We told you that we're going to deal with it, and we have dealt with it, which obviously makes Nigeria look like an incompetent kind of country to deal with its own nuances and situations. Which put the president in particular in a very bad light, because then it means you are incompetent. Then it means everything that we've been saying about the president and his government seem to be true. Corruption, and you are weak, and you are not doing this, and you are not doing that. It makes the government unpopular. which in turn, what they could possibly do is they have somebody that they are preparing, a puppet. Is there a possibility that His Excellency President Tinubu is not giving into some of the things that the Western world really want him to give in into? But then it becomes something dicey. So anytime I raise this kind of thing, there comes a question, and I go like, I don't even know the answer. So perhaps you may have the answer. Please, if you do, drop it in the comment box. Why is it that all of a sudden the United States of America is so much interested in coming in? This thing has been going on for a long time. Why now? I can only put it down to the fact that your reserves are very depleted, so you need to replenish. You can't really afford it. You can come in and use force and use certain tactics to have us millions of barrels for free. Why pay for it? So in the end, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Let's put the 2 and 2 together in the comment box. But at the end of the day, this is me thinking and thinking out aloud. What do I know? Still, this is my take.